Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to another week at Sunday School. I hope you've all been keeping well and that you're looking forward to Christmas. Last week in Sunday School, we were talking about the Christmas story and we were reminded about how important the angels, so I've got a couple here just to remind you, how important the angels were in the Christmas story and also the importance of the star. Now, today's story, we are going to continue thinking about the nativity story and about the birth of baby Jesus, but we're also going to think about a decoration or something that you might use at Christmas time. Now, before we do any of that, we're going to sing Away in a Manger. Today, boys and girls, I've got something I'm going to show you, but I'm going to give you a few clues and see can you work out what it might be. This is something that you would only really use at Christmas time. They come in lots of different colours. They can be made of cardboard or paper. You usually get them on the Christmas dinner table, so you might use them for something. And you would need somebody else to help you make it work. Think for a minute and see can you work out what it might be. I'm sure you've guessed what it is. Of course, it's a cracker. Now, I've got a few to let you see today. There's one. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Some people even put them on their Christmas tree as a little decoration. And another one. Yeah. And there's a bigger one. And one last one. So as you can see, not particularly important about the colour. The size of them doesn't really matter either, but each one of them has got two handles that you're going to pull. There's obviously something inside it because you can listen and you can hear them rattling then as well. And the other one, so they've got little decorations on them. They're bright and they're colourful. But I want us to think about the cracker today. And the cracker at Christmas time isn't just for pulling. There's lots of different reasons for crackers and why we have them. And boys and girls, from the story that we learnt last week or that we followed about the Christmas story and the birth of Jesus, we can be reminded lots of it when we pull crackers on Christmas Day. We'll take one of the crackers today and we'll have a look at it. Now, the first thing I want you to think about is if we pull the cracker. there's a little snap off it, or almost like an explosion. Whenever you've pulled the cracker, you've got contents inside it. So we've got the wrapper, we've got we've got some different things inside it. We've got one of these, we've got a little bit of paper with something written on it, and we've got one of these. Now, whenever we pulled the cracker, it made a noise. Sometimes people would say that when you pull a cracker, the noise is quite frightening. I suppose in the Bible, Mary and Joseph had some surprises with the Christmas story. They got a really big surprise that maybe frightened them at the start when they were told that they had been chosen to look after God's son, that Mary was going to be his mother, and that they were going to have the job of looking after him. You might say that the noise from the cracker gave you a fright. In the Christmas story, the shepherds saw the angels when they were out on the hillside looking after the sheep, and they were quite frightened because of the noise and the shock of seeing angels out on the hillside. But the angels said, "Do not be afraid. We bring you good news because Jesus has been born." This cracker is more than a piece of cardboard. As I've shown you, we've got three things inside it. Inside the cracker, on the little piece of paper, there's a message, or it's asking us a question. Does anybody know what they're called when you get them inside a cracker? Yes, they're jokes. Let's have a look at this one. Where does Tarzan buy his clothes from? A jungle sale. Boys and girls, there's lots of jokes inside crackers. And a joke is meant to make you laugh or to make you think something's funny. But the laughter represents the joy. And the joy at Christmas time, of course, is that God sent his son, the baby Jesus, into the world. And we know that Jesus grew up and then later died on the cross. But at Christmas time, we celebrate his birth and the fact that God sent him into the world to look after all of us. And at this time of year and during the year, we should always remember to follow Jesus and to trust him, because Jesus is the most important person in the world and he can help us to face everything and to look after us. The next thing inside my cracker was purple, and it looks like this. Can you guess what it is? Oh yes. If you open it up, it becomes a crown or a hat. And who do you think normally wears a hat or a crown, I suppose is the proper word for it? Who wears a crown like this? Well, it would be somebody like a king or a queen. And in the Bible, in the Christmas story, we were reminded about kings. Can you think of any that we heard about last week? Yes, we heard about King Herod. King Herod was quite angry to hear that there was someone that they were calling a king had been born, and he told the wise men to come back and tell him where the king was, so that he could go and worship him. The other king, of course, was the baby Jesus, because Jesus was born to be the King of Kings and the King who was sent to save the whole world and to make it a better place. The final thing inside this cracker was a little plastic toy. Now, you can see the toy. It's actually something that you might use to help writing become bigger, to make you follow and to be able to read things. Can you think what its special name is? It's a magnifying glass. And boys and girls, it doesn't matter what the crackers are, but there's normally a little gift inside them. It's not usually very fancy, but the idea is that it's a gift to remind us that at Christmas time, the most important gift that we could ever receive was the baby Jesus. Because Jesus is the most important gift in the world, we can still ask him into our life and to ask him to be with us every day of the year and to help us do the things that he wants us to do. So boys and girls, this year, if you have crackers on the table during your Christmas dinner, remember, they're not just a piece of cardboard that you pull to have a little bit of fun. The noise from the cracker reminds you of the shepherds being out on the hillside and the angels appearing to them, the fright or the surprise that they got. You've got the crown inside you to remember that Jesus is the King of Kings. You've got the little joke to remember the joy of Christmas time and the fact that we should celebrate his birth. And the little gift or whatever present you find inside it is to remind you that the greatest gift of all was God sending his son, the baby Jesus, into the world. As we come to the end of our time at Sunday school today, boys and girls, we're going to take a few moments to pray and we remember lots of different things in our prayers. Let us pray. Dear God, thank you for keeping us safe during another week. This week, most of us have finished school for the holidays and we're looking forward to some time off school. Help us to be sensible during these holidays because we know they're not normal holidays like every other year. Help us to be wise in who we visit and where we go. Please look after the people who are sick because of COVID-19 and all those who are caring for them. We know that this year there are lots of people ill at home and in hospital. Please keep them safe and be with those who care for them. There are lots of people sad at this time because they can't visit friends and family, or maybe because a loved one is no longer with us. Please help them not to feel lonely and to be able to remember that at Christmas time they're celebrating the birth of your Son. As we continue in our time of prayer, we remember all those people who still have to work over the Christmas holidays. Please keep them safe and look after them as they do their work. We'll continue with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Boys and girls, enjoy your time off school. Please stay safe. Look after yourselves, your friends, and your family. But most of all, remember, stay safe, keep praying, and keep washing your hands.